What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and today we're going to be talking about theme teams, what's the easiest one to make, and why did I choose the one that I chose. Now, the basic thing about theme teams that everybody has to understand is EA has made it so that you have to do certain things to make your team play better, and in doing so, a lot of things are involved. All right, training points, buying packs at different levels. It's very, very difficult to achieve a lot of the things that you have to do without spending any money. All right, so look, we chose the San Francisco 49ers, and a lot of you guys were wondering, like, why would you do that? Why the 49ers? Well, the 49ers, in my opinion, gives you the most benefit of the best cards. Okay, so Randy Moss, you got Terrell Owens. Okay, hold on, who else we got? The other guys that are real backups that I have in the back is just for the chem, to add physical chem slots. So I'm just giving you guys the players that are actually reaping the benefits of the +1 speed and the other things that come with it. So Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, we got Jerry Rice, who also is somebody that we have to fill in. George Kittle reaps a lot of the benefits. It jumps him up to a 90 speed, just to kind of give you guys some insight into some of the things that go on. Delaney Walker, these guys get a lot of benefits from 49ers chem. As far as my starters go, with the O-line, I do not have starters that are really, really good from the 49ers. I have Joe Staley as a backup. I have Weston Richburg. He's also pretty good as far as impact blocking and lead block, but not something that I would recommend to anybody as a starter. Larry Allen, also 49er chem. He gets some benefits from it. When you go defensively, though, Deion Sanders is one of the biggest things that, you know, that the reasoning behind why I actually got the 49ers chem, because giving him 97 speed is such a game changer, because 96 and 97 play totally different. Now, what you'll notice is most people that have Deion Sanders, you can't really burn them regardless, but this just makes it so that you don't have to worry about it at all. If they're running a streak, if your opponent runs a streak against this guy, unless you pressed and they got an animation where they threw you out the way, you're not burning Deion Sanders. If Deion Sanders is backed off and somebody tries to throw a streak, you're not burning Deion Sanders. Okay? Now, theoretically speaking, right? Say you put Tyreek Hill there, and Tyreek Hill gets a step. With the way that Madden 20 plays, even if Tyreek Hill gets a step, Deion Sanders will still be right there. Like, it's weird. The way that they have the speed threshold, it's not like the Maddens prior to 16. Well, I can't say that. 16 at release was fine. With Perriman, that was real true speed. Once they changed it and patched it, and they add that update that they still continuously use with these current updates that kind of lets the players stay right next to each other, it's changed Madden forever. It took away that whole threshold of being able to just have that escapability, and in my opinion, it has really hurt Madden for a very long time, because you really don't, the warp tackling and things like that, it really affects the way the game plays. And that's something that I absolutely don't like, and I've always been very, very vocal about it. You should be able to have that separation if your player is fast enough to gain that separation. But again, those are some things that you have to really pay attention to that may not be properly working for you guys right now at this moment. So let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and back out of that. So we have Deion Sanders. Randy Moss primarily with the 96 speed as well is a huge factor. We're going to go through the people that make up the 25 and give you guys some insight into it. But this is pretty much what happens, right? You get strength, jump, agility, acceleration, and speed for the players that you pick. Now, with the way that Randy Moss has been playing, right? A lot of you guys are like, yo, he's garbage. And you know what? You're probably right. The dude probably does suck at this point, because the 96 speed is not really burning anyone. But you can't just get rid of Randy Moss. That's the thing about it. Like, people think you can just get rid of him. You really just can't. It's very, very difficult to do that, because the guy is such a, like, he's a game changer. Like, pretty much, like, once he gets his next card, it's almost guaranteed with this +1 speed from the 49ers chem, because he's already 96 speed, that he's probably going to be a 99, right? So maybe before the year ends, you might get another Randy Moss card. That's when he's going to be Randy Moss. Because even though you can't really burn people, maybe they'll tune the game up to kind of, make it so that the passing game is different, but it's very, very difficult to pass in this game, and that's one of the major issues. Now, when you get 25 of any of the teams that you want, because remember, any team you pick, any of the 32 teams, you get the same upgrades to the attributes, right? So when you start to go down through it, and you want the extra speed to get 50, that is very, very difficult. So what happens is most people usually go for the 25, get the speed and be done with it. Some people go crazy and continue to go up and get more. That's fine also, but it is very, very involved when you start to do that stuff. All right. So now that you've seen the key players, like once if T.O. gets another upgrade, T.O. right now is a 94 speed with the 49ers. So you got to remember, these players are really, really fast. It's just the fact that they're not, you know, when you play other players with like souped up teams, they can't make those same plays. Like T.O. can't just go out there and do whatever he wants to any corner. Because remember, you got Denzel Ward, and he's a budget card. And that dude's like 96 speed chem. Like, you got to be very, very careful with it because you're looking to get, you know, to beat people over the top. So I'm just giving you guys examples that will be very, very relevant because like cards like Jerry Rice, you know, when they get their upgrades and things like that, it's going to be huge because I may just end up getting him just to get, you know, better speed. Even though I don't think they're going to really give him major speed, it is something that you could actually add to your team to give a different dynamic. So now, what do you do as far as the theme team, and why is the 49ers so easy? They're easy because they have backups at every position, and these I'm showing you guys so you guys can get an idea that you can get from, you know, very, very cheap power-ups that you can add physical chems to also help your physical chem status, and you could keep other starters in and run your offense and your defense the same way while not affecting your overall. And I like the way that their cards work. You see what I'm saying? Because they have enough of each thing, and you can go ahead and see the 49ers that I'm showing you. You're able to do a lot with not having to go out of your way to find cards that, you know, you need to go and get a, you know, a physical chem or whatever. Like Joe Staley gets a physical chem, Larry Allen gets one, and they're 49er players. A lot of teams don't have those lower overalls that you can do that to and be able to keep your physical chem status the way that I have it with the sprinter and making sure everybody gets their +2 speed. Even with the brawler, where people are getting +1 speed, but they're getting their additional strength. So you want to pick a team where they have the power-ups. Like even if I wanted to get a Richard Sherman power-up and put him on defense, like just understand the 49ers have so many players that you can utilize. And, you know, Randy Moss, is he somebody that naturally can go out there and ball? Yes. But the way the speed threshold is, it's still very, very hard to beat people over the top. So right now, he doesn't even really play for me. I put Tyreek Hill out there because Tyreek Hill with a 98 speed and a 97 excel is almost guaranteed to always beat the defense over the top. So that's something that's very, very interesting and something that you should always pay attention to as you continue to go on within the game, because it can definitely change the way your game works out, just so you guys understand that. But again, if there are other players that you feel will give you, you know, a better dynamic, like if you want to go Chiefs chem just to make Tyreek Hill a 99 speed, I don't know if that will make that much of a difference, because to be honest, people are going to know that he's that fast, and they're just going to back them off the whole game. You're going to have to run the ball anyway. So I would just be very, very careful with that. So the TOs and stuff like that, I'm holding on to those guys. We got the Matt Breida, you know what I'm saying? We're going to work with that. And then defensively, you know, Merton Hanks getting the ×3. See, this is what you actually need, but you don't need to actually get his theme diamond. All you need is the power-up, because the power-up gives you ability. It gives you the ability to just get the ×3 off the rip. So all you needed was this, okay? And you could pretty much get the ×3 from that. This is the key factor right there, okay? That gets you that that +3 with San Francisco 49ers. It kind of lessens the stress of everything else. I don't know. Does Kittle get? I think Kittle might have got something as a boost also. Let me go check Kittle, because Kittle was like a MUT hero or something, and I thought he got something also like ×2 maybe, right? Yeah, I think he got the ×2 because he was a MUT hero. So, you know, pretty much with the way that this works out, you got to understand, you got to get the key players that can give you the additional boost. So definitely research the team that you're going to use to get those additional plus whatever, because as the year goes on, EA makes it a lot easier. They start adding other cards that give you the additional plus to make sure that you can kind of finish off your theme teams. But people like us, we want to make sure we're getting the most boost early on. So everybody else, like you see with this right here, because I have 2 players right here that are not 49ers, I had to go ahead and put a bum in at like one of the back end spots to make sure that I kept the 49ers chem. Now the thing about these lower cards right here, you can't put chems on these. So you just got to put them in there for the 49er chem, and that's it. Just to kind of give you a heads up, the lower overall cards cannot get the physical chem. They can't get scheme chems, nothing like that. So, you know, it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. Kevin Green, very, very huge addition, because obviously if you wanted to use him, he's a psychopath on the D-line, but that's not what we're using him for. But he also has 49er chem. Okay, these guys, same thing. I don't have anything with 49ers. Over here, same thing. And then we have the backups with D Ford, DeForest Bruckner, who I could actually power up a little bit more if I wanted to, Eric Armstead, Nick Bosa. Okay, and then obviously Deion Sanders is over there with the 49ers chem. On special teams, I think I got rid of the other guy. You can get the 49er punter if you want, but only if you want it though. You know what I'm saying? He's a rookie, and his kicking accuracy and everything about him is very, very bad, but it can also give you that boost. And then that's how I got my 25 49ers, and I showed you the effect that it has on the cards. Now, if you wanted to go, say, Giants and get Saquon Barkley to a 94 speed, LT all the way up, Evan Ingram to a 93 speed, those are things you can do as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do whatever your mind is thinking about, like trying to put out on the field, you can do whatever you want, but just like, again, make sure that you're getting the best boost of what's available. And right now, in my opinion, you do so much with the 49ers chem because there's so many players that played for the 49ers. As far as the Cowboys go, would I consider doing something like that? Maybe, if they gave us better cards as far as speed-wise at wide receiver with the Dallas Cowboys. But again, I don't know. Maybe when Calvin Johnson is released at wide receiver, you guys probably maybe Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson. You know, you can change it up however you want, but like ultimately you gotta get the best out of every single player completely. And like I said, I'm getting Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, I'm getting Deion Sanders. Okay, just off the rip, those players are worth it all the way around, because if I need them to go out there and make a play, they can make plays. You see what I'm saying? Every other theme team, you got to look at the cards and kind of assess, you know, do I want to go this route? How does it affect the rest of my team? Do I have to go above and beyond? How many power-ups do they have? Is it going to affect my physical chem? Can I put the brawler on them? Can I put sprinter? Like, you know, it's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So you could go ahead and try to experiment with it and see how it works. And, you know, look at some other teams and stuff like that. And let me know what theme teams you've built and, you know, how it works for you. And if you have any other questions about theme teams, you know what to do. Leave it right in the comment section. Hopefully this has been informative to you, and you're going to get started on building a theme team today. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. One love, y'all.